let me just clear this up. I know that it was regarding the meeting in Asia, but I don't think it was one of the team members from Asia. I actually think it was a guy from India that came up with that. Um, and he didn't call me a navigator. What he did was he called me, we were talking about a meeting, and this meeting was extremely complex because of the different entities who were attending, the different translators that I was going to need, um, the time zone differences, the flights, the logistics, the food, because certain people didn't eat this, a lot of people didn't eat that. I mean, the logistics were just mind blowing. And then on top of that, it was the agenda of the actual meeting, which was, I think, over the course of 3 days, that had to be planned. So it was navigating the time slots for the different speakers, confirming the different speakers. I mean, it was a massive, massive undertaking. And so in going over a review in a particular meeting, one of my colleagues from India, he called me a Navik. I believe that's how you pronounce it. And I was this close to getting offended because I didn't know what he was saying. And come to find out after talking to him, because after he said it, some of the other colleagues, I guess, who knew what it was, they were like, oh my good, yes, yes, absolutely, absolutely. And they were all agreeing and kind of clapping, and I'm looking around like, okay, well, I guess it's a positive thing, so I need to be in agreement with it. But still, of course, I was definitely curious as to what it was and why he called me that. And come to find out, Navik is a Hindu term, which means navigator. And in talking to him, he kind of shared with me that, of course, it was a compliment. And he said that a navigator is someone who is responsible for the course and the direction prior to taking off. You're also the first to know when the ship is off plan, when things aren't going right, because you've laid the course. You know when something is not on course. And because you know, you are kind of the source of truth in a particular instance. So now it's kind of a compliment that, or a moniker, I guess I should say, that I wear proudly. And it's something that has stuck with me because I look at that as really being a gift, because everybody can't stand in the middle of a storm and navigate other people, other problems, other situations, know what should be happening when, and not get frazzled or taking off course just because you see wind, just because you see the storm brewing. Being able to be steadfast in what the plan is, or being able to be flexible and bendable when necessary, to make certain that the end goal is met, regardless to what needs to be done to get there. So I like being a navigator. I think it's a positive thing. I think that I appreciate being a Navik, and being able to help others get to the other side of the storm or get through the storm. Like I said, I think it's a particular gift. And as a chief of staff, I think it is a characteristic that you would do well to maintain, to garner and to maintain, because you do a lot of navigating, not only your own life, your own career, your own personal feelings, emotions, and what have you, whatever you have going on from day to day, but you're navigating all of that for so many other people. And if, like me, you also have global experience, you're navigating it for people all across the world who don't think like you, who don't look like you, and you have to take their thoughts, their issues, their culture into consideration when you're planning. And it takes a special skill set. I'm glad that I've learned it over the course of the years, and I don't take it lightly. I certainly don't take it for granted. And I look for people very similar to keep in my circle and to keep around me, because even the navigator sometimes needs a navigator.